you're a true vegan. Okay. Okay.
Il va falloir parler anglais.
Okay.
Ah,
Yeah, of course.
elle arrive. Ah, Cynthia.
Oh, hey,
Hey,
how are
nice to
you?
meet you again.
Nice to meet you too.
It's a real pleasure. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm Justin, you know.
Yeah, I already
My name
know.
is Abdel.
Cynthia
Okay.
KEMIGISHA.
Do you like my shirt?
Absolutely.
Ah, cool.
Okay.
I'm French, but it's good. It's good if I wear it.
Anytime.
Anytime, thank you. Let's introduce you, please.
Oh, my name is Cynthia KEMIGISHA. I'm from Uganda, Kiteezi. Yeah.
I know you make a lot of things.
Yeah.
You create association, you create a lot of things. Tell about this, please.
So I do a lot of things like you have said. I'm into international relations. I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a business lady. And also I'm into sports and climate change. Yeah.
So can you tell us about your structure, the Climate Skaters? What is it about?
Well, Climate Skaters, it has just started. It's not so old. It's a group of skateboarders, and I am their director. We came up with the Climate Skaters because personally, I love skateboarding. I've been in the skateboarding industry for the last 12 years. My son used to skate, and it was inevitable as a parent, as a supportive parent, I had to support him. So while I was supporting him, I joined the management of Uganda Skateboard Union, and I've been working with them for the last 12 years. But then we shifted from Titintale. It's quite a distance from where I stay. And my son had one skateboard. So he taught all the people in the village, taught about 50 people. And then I realized, okay, there's a need, we need a park for them because they were skating everywhere, in the compound, in the house, and it was getting too much. The parents were complaining, so we had to start a skate park.
To have peace.
Yes, to have peace, because we were literally not having peace in our small village, so we had to start a place they can skate from.
Whoa!
Can you describe the neighborhood, please? This place. What happened in this place?
Well, what happens in this place, actually, why we are even called Climate Skaters, this place is, I don't know if you have seen, there's a landfill. Landfill is where they dump all the garbage of the city.
Yes, we saw.
Yeah, and all, we know with landfills, there's a lot of environmental impact. So we decided we are going to skate for climate. We are not just skating, we want to have something in our community, to have some impact, to have some meaningful impact, because sports exposes you to a lot of people. A lot of people love sports. Sports is like art. People love music, art, sports. So when people love the sport, when people want to watch, we also want to send a message across. We want them to know that we have only one planet, and if we destroy it now, there is no other planet. So we want to create awareness of climate change because it is real. Even here in Africa, we've seen a lot of floods, we've seen droughts, a lot of things are happening, but naturally people do not associate them with climate change and their actions. So when we skate, we talk about this. We tell people, yes, we are not just skating. This is what we want for the planet. This is what we want for our future, for the other generations as well. Yeah. So with the landfill here, we hope we can also help. For example, we get some days, we do cleanups. If you've seen some of our streets, some of the places here, there's a lot of rubbish, a lot of plastics dumped everywhere. So we get time, we do city cleanups, we do cleanups in our village. Then also tree planting. We get time to plant trees because the trees are also our lungs. I mean, if we don't breathe good air, then we cannot survive. So we get time, we plant trees, and very many other things. Climate education, we teach other children because we believe what a child learns when they are young, they are going to continue doing it. So if they don't learn right now that they have to protect their environment, it's going to be hard to teach them when they are older. Yeah.
Just about the actions you carry on, how many people are you and what kind of people? Is like children, teenagers, adults, a bit of everything?
Yeah. Well, I can say it's a little bit of everything, but it's mostly the young ones.
Okay.
It's mostly the children and the teenagers. Okay. Yeah. However, like I've said, it's a little bit of everything. I personally am not a youth.
Yes,
So,
yes,
and
You're young. You are young.
no, I'm not. Yeah, so I've seen within Uganda, because I also have another organization that I work with, Kampala Climate Cafe, which brings the youth together to talk about, we dialogue. We have debates, dialogues. We talk about environmental policies and how they affect the people. We talk about different topics within the climate change. Yeah. So one of the things I realized is the youth and the older people, we don't connect. But when it comes to climate change, I believe it is a time where we all need to work together. Whether you're old, climate change does not look at you're old, you're rich, no. Once there's a catastrophe, it clears each and everybody. So in this fight of climate change, we need like literally everyone. So for me, within the climate spaces, what I try to do is to bridge all generations. The young, it doesn't matter if you're young, even if you plant a tree, it's not going to refuse to grow because you're very young or because you're very old. So I try to bridge the young and the older generation. And also the older generation, they are the people in government. They are the people formulating policies. And the young are down, they are doing the implementation. So if the people implementing and the people formulating are not together, they cannot sit on a round table and discuss, then there is a very big problem. So I try to bring them together. Yeah.
You talked about young people and the older one.
Yeah.
So their lifestyle are different.
Absolutely, their lifestyles are different. Well, apart from the urban people, in our villages, of which the urban places are very few, the percentage is small. We have more of the rural. If you've been to the countryside, or even if you haven't been, I know you'll go there.
Thank you.
So the countryside is really so big, and the people in the countryside are still very traditional. You will not find them with plastics. If they are to drink water, they boil water with a pot, so they will not need plastic bottles. They literally are not littering. They plant trees. Trees are still there. You will not find them eating meat all the time.
When they eat meat?
Yeah.
When
on special days.
Meat?
On
Yeah.
special days.
Special
Yeah,
days?
because you not kill an animal every day. But within the urban places, you know, you kill an animal. I mean, people buy from the butchers, from the supermarkets. So they don't attach value to such thing. Yeah. So there's a bit of a difference in the lifestyles. But then also the elders in the urban places, they are different from the elders in the rural area. So the rural areas, people are still conserving the environment, though we have one bigger problem, that is energy, charcoal. We use charcoal in Uganda. It helps for cooking. So we don't use a lot of gas, we use charcoal. So people have to eat every day. And with the 40 to 45 million people in Uganda, so you can imagine how many trees are cut down every day because both people in the rural and urban settings, they all use charcoal. So it's quite of a big problem because eventually you'll find no tree in Uganda. So that is one of the things that we are trying to deal with. Energy is a big problem. We are thinking of alternative energy. But the problem is, even the people don't know, the person in the village doesn't know that if I cut down the tree, then I'm causing some environmental problems. We have problems with lack of knowledge. So that's why my organization, we try to create awareness. Because if you know something, you'll act. If you don't know, you definitely are not going to act. Yeah.
You talked about creating consciousness, awareness within the community.
Yeah.
What are the limits that prevent your actions to be like good and for good?
Okay, well, very many limitations. First of all, financial. I mean, if I am to create awareness and I don't have means of talking to those people, because the people in the countryside are not on media, social media. Most of them don't have televisions. Even if I talk on television and talk about, yes, this is what you have to do to protect the environment, they're not going to get the message. They're not on social media. Even if I put it on Twitter, even if they're not going to read it, and yet they are the major people in this, because they are the ones who cut down the trees, and then the people in towns just buy. These are the traders. So I think one of the things that limits is the finances, because you literally have to go to communities. And by the way, they are very good listeners, but you literally have to sit with them, sit with their local leaders and the whole community and talk to them. But even after talking to them, it's not going to happen immediately because this has been their lifestyle. So usually, naturally, you cannot transform someone like immediately. So you give them time and then you create alternative means. Because even if you tell them, stop using charcoal, are they going to die of hunger? No. Is there an alternative? No. So before we create alternatives for them, it's also difficult. But for awareness, I would think the only limitation we have is finances. Yeah.
Really interesting.
Thank you.
Also, I think it's really interesting that you work with kids because the kids, they have an influence
Yeah.
on teenagers and on their parents, right?
Yes, they are. Yeah.
We were at your skatepark. The vibes were good.
Thank
Kids
you.
are a lot of energy, a lot of skills too.
Thank you.
It was very impressive. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
We hope you can go on with your activity.
Yes, we definitely shall go on, and we also are very happy with your visits.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, what I would like to say is no action is too small. Every action matters. Everything, every little thing you can do, it really does matter.
Counts.
Yeah. Like still about our park, we literally do everything that is going to help us in the environmental, in protection. We have art, we are doing art, but we are doing eco-friendly art. We are also working with the disabled because we believe everyone should be included in this fight. So we are working with the deaf community. It's called Deaf Action Uganda. They are making eco-friendly crafts, very beautiful. Yeah, and they are with us in the fight. They are a part of us.
Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
So we shall leave no one behind.
Can I say something?
Yes, please.
You talked about garbage.
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 Yeah.
But in Uganda, there is not so many world. There is not so many big houses like HLM, like
Yeah,
building,
big
like-
buildings. Yeah,
Exactly.
tall buildings.
No industry, no things like very destroy the earth.
Yeah.
And we can see the world, for example, like a garbage.
Yeah.
So in France, there is no lot of garbage in the streets, but we have a lot of room, and we can think the world has the biggest garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
So you can be very proud of this.
It all comes back to mindset. In Uganda, I'll give you an example. I was in France. We had an event in Montpellier, skateboarding. It was a very big event. On the venue, there was no rubbish left behind. But in Uganda, any event, even if it's only 50 people, you are going to find the whole place looking like a dustbin. So it comes back to mindset. We have not been taught from childhood that throwing rubbish is very bad anywhere, throwing rubbish anywhere. So we have not been instilled that discipline. So when we talk about awareness, these are some of the things people need to know. People need to know that actually I need to dispose the rubbish very well. They learn it from childhood. From 1 year old, you should actually be knowing that it is not good to throw rubbish anyhow. But here, people of your age, my age, I take water, then I throw. Like I'm sitting here, I'll throw it there. I'll throw it here. So it's just a mindset. And also I believe at this point, because we are really doing badly, probably the government could be very strict on such things. Yeah, we need to set penalties for people who litter. Yeah.
That's interesting. Yeah. I don't know if you have one more question, Justin, or
If I can say something else, if everybody live like Ugandan people, the world will be peaceful.
Oh,
If everybody live like French guy,
Yeah.
French people, it can be because our lifestyle in France, we need a 2.5 world to live like this. We have a lot of things to learn about your lifestyle, your way of life, and I see you trying to do better and better and better.
of course, we also have some things to learn from you. For example, learning that throwing rubbish everywhere is really bad. Those are small things we could learn from you. We could teach you our lifestyles.
now we can learn from each other.
We can learn from each other. Yeah.
But I think now, during the history, the North tell how to do to the South history like that.
Yeah.
So the future, I think it's the South learn how to do to the North.
Yeah.
It will be better.
Very true. Yeah.
So, Cynthia, before we leave, I think we have a surprise for you.
Surprise?
Someone who is coming to say something to you.
Okay.
Let's see that.
From France?
I don't know. You will see.
You can ask a question.
Hello.
Hello, Renato. Yeah.
So this is my question.
Yeah.
You mentioned having experience with both the younger and the older generation.
Yeah.
So what would your advice for me, a youth, be in terms of like the experience you've had? Like how can I connect better with the older generation? What can I do to better myself?
Yeah. Okay, the first thing you can do is your mindset. You have to be very positive because very many young people are negative about the older generation. Even before approaching them, you already feel like, okay, these guys are old, we don't connect. But yet, honestly, the old people are, most of the times, they are actually ready to listen to the youth, but the youth have already a mindset of, no, these guys are old, they don't care about the young, but they do. The approach also matters, and I would think the mindset as well. Once you change your mindset, you will honestly move to a certain place and say, I would love to talk to this person, make an appointment, talk to them, sit on the table with them. And if they get to listen to what you have in store or what you have to tell them, then maybe they will understand where the youth are coming from, and then you'll also be able to understand them. But you cannot understand them if you don't get to them. They cannot understand you, so there will always be a clash. Yeah.
It's about good communication.
Yeah, thank you, that's the word, good communication. And
Thank you so much.
au revoir. What a surprise.
Oops, sorry. It was a good question.
Yeah, it was a good question. Yeah.
It's done.
It's done.
You like it?
Very much.
I hope you like the final result.
Can I speak some French?
Yes.
Il y a table.
Il y a une table.
Table.
Une table.
Une table. Il y a jus.
Il y a
Jus.
du jus.
Jus.
Du jus.
Jus. Juice.
Not only juice, du jus.
Jus means that.
Yeah, it's to say juice, we don't say only jus, we say du jus.
Jus.
You're going to learn that. Some articles that you put before the nouns to say the quantity or what kind of alimentation it is.
Okay.
But if I ask you, do you want cheese?
Yeah.
You say, tu veux du fromage.
Tu vas.
Du fromage.
Okay.
It's written D-U. Du fromage.
Okay.
Your parents do the same
Okay.
for you or not?
Merci.
De rien.